Hello and welcome everybody. In this video we will show you some psychological facts that will blow your mind. These facts can improve your life and make you understand better the situations.
Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to receive all our news.
1. It takes 5 positive things to outweigh a single negative thing. We all remarked that most of the people around us are more negative than the positive, and this is explained by scientists that our brain have something called a negative bias that makes us remember bad news more than good ones, which means it is normal that you quickly forget that your friend complimented your new clothes but keep thinking about another friend that he said that you become more fat. To feel balanced, we need at least 5 positive things to outweigh a single negative thing. 2. If we have a plan B, our plan A is less likely to work. This fact was proven by an experiment from the University of Pennsylvania found that when volunteers thought about a backup plan before starting a task, they did worse than those who hadn't thought about a plan B. What's more, when they realized that they had options, their motivation for succeeding the first time around dropped. The researchers stress that thinking ahead is a good idea, but you might be more successful if you keep those plans vague. 3. Beginning and ends are easier to remember than middles. When people are asked to recall items from a list, they are more likely to think of things from the very end or from the very beginning. The middle get muddled, which could also play into why you remember your boss wrapping up her presentation, but not so much about the middle. 4. Most of your decisions are made unconsciously. When you are buying that new laptop, you think you are basing your decision on the research you have done, that you have logically analyzed all the relevant factors, the price, the warranty and return policies, what programs you are going to install, how much space you will need, etc. But really your final decision will depend a lot on your unconscious mental processing. For example, you will say, I have always wanted this particular one because I have seen it in films and it looked cool. This doesn't mean that unconscious decision making is bad or irrational. It simply helps our conscious mind, which sometimes struggle to process the overwhelming amount of data we are getting every day. This is why we have developed instincts that we should take into consideration when making a decision. But even though it's crucial to trust your gut, you will also benefit from working to train the subconscious part of your mind to think more positively. 5. Food tastes better when someone else make it. Did you ask yourself sometimes why that sandwich from the takeout place down the street always tastes better than the ones you make it at home, even if you use the same ingredients? One study found that when you make yourself a meal, you are around it so long that it feels less exciting by the time you actually dig in it, and that decreases your enjoyment. 6. We always try to return a favor. It's not just good manners. The rule of reciprocity suggests that we are programmed to help someone who helped us. It probably developed to keep society working smoothly. People need to help each other out. Stores like to use this against you, offering freebies in hopes that you will spend some cash. 7. Our favorite subject is ourselves. Don't blame your self-absorbed brother for talking about himself. It's just the way his brain is weird. The reward centers of our brain light up more when we are talking about ourselves than when we are talking about other people's, and this according to Harvard study. 8. We care more about single person than about a group. In another University of Pennsylvania, studies that one group learned about a little girl who was starving to death, another learned about million dying of hunger, and the third learned about both situations. People donated more than twice as much money when hearing about the little girl. Psychologists think that we are weird to help the person in front of us, but when the problems feel so big, we figure our little part isn't doing much. 9. Some people enjoy seeing anger in others. The researchers said that certain people enjoy making someone else glare at them, as long as the flash of anger doesn't last long enough to be a threat, which could be why that guy in the office won't let go of that stupid joke at your expense. 10. We aren't as good at multitasking as we think we are. Research published in the journal Experimental Psychology shows that even when you think you are doing 2 things at once, what you are actually doing is switching quickly between the 2 tasks. You are still focusing on one at a time. No wonder it's so hard to listen to your partner while scrolling through Instagram. 11. We are convinced that the future is bright. Doesn't matter if you like where you are right now or not, most of us have an optimism bias that convinces us the future will be better than the present. According to research in current biology, we assume we will rise up in our careers, never get divorced, and will travel more, and live to a ripe old age. Those might not all be realistic for everyone, but there is no harm in dreaming. 12. You are programmed to love the music you listened to in high school the most. The music we like give us a hit of dopamine and other feel-good chemical, and that's even stronger when we are young because our brain are developing. From around age 12 to 22, everything feels more important, so we tend to emphasize those years the most and hang on to those musical memories. Researchers have uncovered evidence that suggests that our brain binds us to the music we heard as teenager more tightly than anything we will hear as adult, a connection that doesn't weaken as we age. 13. Putting information in bite-sized pieces help us remember. Your short-term memory can only hold on to so much information at a time, unless you try one of the simple ways to improve your memory, which is why you use chunking to remember long numbers. For instance, if you try to memorize this number, you probably naturally thought something like, so it become easier for you. 14. You remember things better if you have been tested on them. One of the most useful psychological facts is that testing really does work. One study published in the journal Psychological Science found that people are more likely to store information in their long-term memory if they have been tested on the information. The more you test the information that you receive the better it will stay in your memory. 15. Social media is psychologically designed to be addictive. Told yourself you had just quickly check your Facebook notification, and 15 minutes later you are still scrolling. You are not alone. Part of that has to do with infinite scroll. When you can stay on the site without actually interacting and clicking, your brain doesn't get that stop cue. 16. Travel boosts brain health and also decreases a person's risk of heart attack and depression. Traveling a new place helps you to discover a new and improved you. In today's fast-paced world, problems are something that we encounter on a day-to-day basis, and they can range from the tiniest one, like a deadline, to more complicated ones, like relationships. But rather than popping those antidepressants to keep you going, why not just take time off for a gateway? Traveling is considered to be one of the healthiest addiction one that can develop. It leaves you craving more and more after every new experience. There is a saying that life begins at the end of your comfort zone. But that is so true. It might be scary at first, but once you get into molding your own adventure, you will definitely see a whole new life begin. It will definitely leave you inspired and give you the courage to look a different perspective and enjoy it to the fullest. So start your life with a new adventure. 17. Chess makes people smart. Did you know that a game like chess actually makes people smart? But how? Chess is one game that actually increases your memory and creativity. Being a good player means that you remember how your opponent is playing and their strategies. Chess boosts your ability to be original and unique. Further, chess helps you to recall moves that aided in winning before. It helps us to be organized and on track with our lives. Who knows, a simple game turned out to be a skill builder. 18. If you announce your goals to others, you are less likely to succeed. People commonly believe that being open to people about their goals and ambitions increases the chances of success, but they are about to be proven wrong. A research based on students at a German university showed that when people are public about their dreams, goals, or ambitions, it creates a sense of completeness, while they feel a sense of pride in letting people know about their intentions. It is exactly these intentions that don't motivate us to work even harder to achieve what we want to achieve. In fact, there is a high probability that they may even hurt us in the future. So the main motto is to keep things to ourselves, and once achieve it, then let people know. 19. Singing reduces feeling of depression and anxiety. Did you know that singing actually helps reduce stress? Well, it is a natural antidepressant. But how? Scientifically, it is proven that singing actually releases endorphin, the chemical that makes us feel happy and uplifted. Apart from that, scientists have located a tiny organ in the ear known as the sacculus, which responds to the frequency generated by singing. It is this exact response that creates an immediate aura of pleasure, irrespective of the way of singing. So it doesn't matter if you are an ordinary bathroom singer, music is everywhere to lift you from all your troubles. Just think and jump with your favorite tunes. 20. People who spend more time in the sun are likely to be happier. Did you know that weather would have a major impact on people's mood? Well, a study showed that there is a relation between weather and our mood. The results of this study were definitely surprising. Through this study, it was concluded that sunlight indeed did have a profound impact on improving people with emotional stress. It is scientifically proven that sunlight helps to produce serotonin at a higher level than melatonin. Thus, it is essential to get some vitamin D to feel happy, energetic, and fresh. Resume of our video. 1. It takes 5 positive things to outweigh a single negative thing. 2. If we have a plan B, our plan A is less likely to work. 3. Beginnings and ends are easier to remember than middles. 4. Most of our decisions are made unconsciously. 5. Food tastes better when someone else make it. 6. We always try to return a favor. 7. Our favorite subject is ourselves. 8. We care more about a single person than about a group. 9. Some people enjoy seeing anger in others. 10. We aren't as good at multitasking as we think we are. 11. We are convinced that the future is bright. 12. You are programmed to love the music you listened to in high school the most. 13. Putting information in bite-sized pieces helps us remember. 14. You remember things better if you have been tested on them. 15. Social media is psychologically designed to be addictive. 16. Travel boosts brain health and also decreases a person's risk of heart attack and depression. 17. Chess makes people smart. 18. If you announce your goals to others, you are less likely to succeed. 19. Singing reduces feeling of depression and anxiety. 20. People who spend more time in the sun are likely to be happier.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to receive all our news. If you learned something new today, then give the video a like and tell us in comments which step you like it more. And here's some others great videos I think you will enjoy. Just click on the left or on the right. Mass Pro. Better mind, better life.